UH-60 Blackhawks and a UH-1 Huey, or an Iroquois helicopter. Sikorsky carries the name of the UH-60. Behind it, the Bell UH-1. The UH-60s are from, ladies and gentlemen, your Rhode Island Army National Guard, the 1st Battalion, the 126th Aviation Regiment A Company, known as Wolfpack. I said Igor Sikorsky wanted the aircraft to be used as a life-saving aerial vehicle. Well, the Wolfpack, these guys and ladies, just got back this past week from 4 months in the Dominican Republic doing humanitarian aid. They just got back and they are proud to be representing your friends, your neighbors, the citizen soldiers of the Rhode Island Army National Guard. The UH-60 Blackhawk helicopter is one of the most important tools in the United States Army's inventory, with an incredible lifting capability that you see coming in from the left, carrying a Humvee right now. The UH-60 can carry about 7,000 pounds worth of cargo or men or equipment. Look at that, coming through. Maximum speed, about 185 miles per hour. How about that? Let's give your Rhode Island Army National Guard a great round of applause. It's got 2 General Electric jet engines which actually power that rotor, that rotary wing. It's 54 feet in diameter. And it can do some incredible lifting. The pilots of these helicopters, as you look at this Bell UH-1 Iroquois, this is the one that really shined in Vietnam and has the most unique flap, flap, flap sound. Let's watch them as they do a little fast roping here. Soldiers stepping out, going down on a hoist that can lift about 600 pounds. There's a crew chief who's actually telling the pilot where to go, because the pilot can't see exactly where he is directly above his target. So the crew chief on the intercom is telling the pilot back 2, forward 2, side 2, left 2. Actually, crew chiefs tell pilots where to go a lot. Yes, indeed. Up he goes. Give him a wave, everybody. This is one of the greatest sounds in all of aviation. The Bell UH-1, or the Huey, as it is known, had its roots back during the Korean conflict. And if you remember the television show MASH, they used an early Bell helicopter known as the Model 47. It had that bubble front, and because of the helicopter being used during the Korean War, many, many lives were saved because 2 patients could be airlifted from the battle zone back to one of the mobile Army surgical hospitals. Coming through from the right, we're going to see, and from the left, opposing. Maximum speed, again, about 184 miles an hour with a range of 370 miles. Let's listen. The pilot sits in the right seat, but there are also controls in the left seat for the other pilot as well. But the pilot's hands and feet are very, very busy. There is a joystick, or called a cyclic stick, that comes out of the floorboards between the pilot's legs. The right hand goes on that. On a lever, a long lever coming from the pilot's left hip, kind of facing forward in the cockpit is another stick that the pilot's left hand goes on, and that is called the collective. Pulling up on the collective changes the bite or the angle of the rotor blade so it can go up and down. Pull up on the collective, the helicopter will go up. Down, it'll go lower. The cyclic stick pushes forward, it'll go forward. Pull it back, it'll go backwards. Left and right, kind of like an airplane. But the pilot's feet are always busy controlling not the rudder, but actually that rotor on the tail that's called an anti-torque rotor. Changing that enables the helicopter to change the way it's pointed very, very rapidly. And we may see a little bit of a dance here as these two Blackhawks come in. Right now, easing forward on the collective and pulling back on the cyclic. You can come in, touching down the tail wheels first. Look at that, a tail taxi. Oh yeah, that's skill. That's great stuff. Let's hear it for your Rhode Island Army National Guard. Now look at the rotor blades. They may take off again. They will. Look at how flat the blades are. When they spool up, they'll pull back, and you'll actually see the rotors start to change their shape or cone as they support the weight of the helicopter. See that? There they go. Pushing on the left pedal. Points them at us. Let's see if they're going to take a little bow, because they ought to. They deserve our applause. They deserve our thanks, because they are part of your United States Army. They are part of your community. And they are part of the finest military anywhere in the world. Gotta tell you, Larry Run, I gotta love the dance. Those helicopter guys standing on a beach ball, rubbing their hats, patting their tummy all at the same time. All at the same time. It's amazing how they just welcoming you on the run. Covering a helicopter is one of the most challenging things in the world. And they're able to do it in extremely high winds. Touching down again. Watch the rotor blades flatten out. There you go. We get a great angle. This is one of the best air show venues in the entire part of, in all of North America.
Absolutely, and one of the best air shows. You folks are very, very fortunate to have one of the best air shows, if not the single best air show in North America, right here at the Rhode Island National Guard show. It is the best. Trust me.
Watch them as they push the cyclic stick forward. You can see the whole rotor assembly tilt forward. Going to get a couple of more passes out of these guys. Known to the manufacturer as the S-70, the remarkable UH-60 Blackhawk provides soldiers with speed and mobility in the middle of action, freeing them from terrain obstacles. While combat troops enter and leave the battle zone aboard the UH-60, versions of the helicopter carry out electronic warfare duties, they fight with special operations forces, or they even perform ambulance or VIP transport duties. Pilots of the UH-60 have excellent visibility, and they got some armor protection as they pop in and out of landing zones. An exhaust suppression system actually reduces their vulnerability to heat-seeking battlefield missiles. Amazing stuff, because the heat-seeking missiles will really go right after the exhaust. But like the stealth fighter and the stealth bomber, they cool that exhaust very, very rapidly. That at 184 miles per hour top speed, the Black Hawk is faster than any of its European or East European rivals. There is even a Q model that is designed specifically for medical evacuation. And during the Gulf War back in 1991, Blackhawks moved over 1 million helicopters. 3 Blackhawks, 1 Huey, configured for medevac. You see the red cross on the front. Give them a wave! Once again, from the 1st Battalion, 126th Aviation Regiment, A Company, known as the pack.
Air Force Reserve Aerobatics coming up in just a moment. We have Ed Hamill is going to be on the scene in just a moment.
But it's